everyone, and welcome to Long's Toys. Today we are taking a look at Deluxe Class Prowl from Transformers Siege War for Cybertron Trilogy. I actually got this on Amazon. I have not really seen, well, that's not true. I've seen about half of the Wave 2 stuff in stores. I found Chromia and Six Gun in stores, and I got this guy off Amazon. I found Starscream in stores, and I hopefully have Soundwave on the way from Amazon as well. We'll see how that goes. So still need to find Ironhide. But anyway, nice picture here on the side. Really like that artwork. Not too much going there on the bottom. That's the tag from Amazon. There is the mural that's kind of always on the side. I like that. Not too much going on the top. And then this just kind of shows robot mode, vehicle mode. Of course, he can use any of the Battle Masters. This one's not out yet, so I can't show you that one. But I can show you one of the others. So yeah, package is pretty standard for Deluxe class figures. The most notable thing is the picture on the side, which I have to say, I really do like that artwork quite a bit. So I'm going to go ahead and get Prowl out of the box here, and we'll take a closer look. Here is Prowl out of the packaging, and I'm going to apologize right up front. He is very bright white. So he's going to throw off my camera's light filter. So apologize ahead of time. But he looks good. I know a lot of people have kind of complained that he's a little bland because he is so white. But he's a cop car. I mean, I get it. I like it. I think it's cool. He's got some Cybertronian language written there on the side. So if you know how to translate that, by all means, go ahead. Here it is on this side. Now you could, if you wanted to keep the wings straight back like that, you could. You could keep them completely flat like this. I kind of like to put them on a little bit of an angle. I just think that looks better, but yeah, overall, I really do like the look of him. I will say, though, his feet are weird, and it has to do with, really, from like the knee down. He's got these weird kind of, like windshield shins, which are not the problem themselves, but the way the foot like clicks into this, and then because the heels are like this, like that's kind of, I mean, you can definitely get it to work, but you can't really have him like straight up and down because he'll just fall forward. So you just kind of have to find the balance and the right angle and everything. But he does have some ankle tilts, so you can make sure that he can stand. But the legs are just a little goofy at first, but you get used to them, and I think they do work. He definitely has nice big heels, which I do appreciate. You can see the gun here. He's got this little light bar on the top, which plugs in there. If you don't want it there, you can put it back here where it goes in vehicle mode. So just leave it pegged on there. Whatever you prefer, it doesn't matter. Also with the shoulders, if you want, you can bring them down. So if you like the kind of like horizontal box as opposed to the vertical box over here, whatever your preference is. I prefer the vertical box. That's how it comes in the package, and I just think it looks more natural. But if you like the other way, definitely possible to do so. Let's get a good look at the head sculpt. I think they knocked it out of the park. I think it's fantastic. Classic Prowl. You have the red crest there, the silver face paint, the blue eyes, a little bit sunken in, but nice blue eyes. I think he looks great. Autobot symbol painted on the front looks good. Really sharp. I like it quite a bit. Like I showed you with the wings, you have that articulation, heads on a ball joint, so side to side, up and down. My head was really stiff at first, but then I kind of moved it around, and it works perfectly now. Move the shoulders like this. You can move the shoulders in and out like that. You have a bicep swivel. You have the elbow 90 degrees. The wrist does swivel as well. It's a little tight, but it can do it. There we go. Nothing. Now there is waist articulation there. I was looking more in this area. This is not, but there is waist down here. Ball joint. No, I guess it's not a ball joint. It's a swivel here and then a ratchet out to the side with a swivel for the thigh right below that. You can see it's kind of down in there. They give you like a fake solid thigh there, but it does have the swivel. And then 90 degrees in the knee, and then you do have the ankle tilt that I showed you a little bit ago. So he's definitely got a ton of great articulation, and I think the robot mode looks really, really good. So I just wanted to show off real quick some of his connection ports. You can see he's got one here on the side of each leg. He's got him in his forearm, obviously his hand. He's got some here on the shoulders, and if you decide to swivel that down to the side, then you can still use them on the side instead of on the top. So I appreciate that. He's also got one on his back right here, which is going to come into play in vehicle mode, but when you're in robot mode, you can also use it to attach any kind of backpack blasters or any of the weaponizers, things like that. But real quick, here is one of the target masters, or battle masters, I guess I should call it. So he can go ahead and use that. You can plug it into his forearm. It's a little bit looser in the forearm, but you can still do it. Peg it in down here on the side of his leg. Peg it in here on the top of his shoulder. So I just think it's neat. I like that they have those connection ports all over the place. And I do appreciate all the playability that that does afford. I'm going to go ahead and give him his normal gun. Now, he does have these little, like, pegs on the side. And if you want, you can take one of the effect pieces and peg it on there. But I don't really get it. Like, why? Is it supposed to be like he's getting hit with a blast? Maybe they have effect pieces later on that will make it look like if it was supposed to be like he's taking fire, like if you could set it up so that there were effect pieces that looked like a blast hitting, and then you could, you know, set it up over and then have someone over here like firing and it looked like he's getting shot in the shoulder, then I totally get it. But I don't know why his, like, shoulder would suddenly just fire a blast at someone. That doesn't make any sense to me. But if they had effect pieces to show taking damage, I think they would make more sense to have them in random areas around their body. So I don't know, maybe that's something they'll do a little bit later on. We shall see, but in the meantime, I wanted to show off how those ports can work with the various weapons and things like that. So very cool in my opinion. Alright, let's go ahead and get to that transformation. I think it's actually pretty cool. I like it quite a bit. I think the vehicle mode you're left with is actually very neat. You can start by just going ahead and put the arms kind of out to the side like that. You're going to turn the whole shoulder so that those wheels are now facing up. Just like that. Come around to the back and you can fold the heels down like that into the feet. You can push these in if you have them tilted and then just kind of push it down so that you're kind of just sitting it flush. Go ahead and spin the waist 180 degrees. You're going to go ahead and unhook this whole black piece from the torso, and then this is all going to lift up over the head, and then it's actually going to fold out even farther, and you'll see this piece, which is going to fit this hole for vehicle mode, actually slid into this hole in the back. Not all the way, but it kind of slides in robot mode about halfway just to hide it, which I think is kind of neat. It's very smart. So you're going to fold this up to fill that hole there. Then you're going to fold this piece down into the torso. And then you're going to kind of rotate this down like this, while at the same time bringing this down and kind of fitting it underneath like that. So you'll want to do that with both. And then you can go ahead and peg the two feet together. There we go. And then at this point you can see that there's a peg here and here on the door, and that's going to peg into that and that. So you just go ahead, and you might have to kind of line it up and make it hold in place for a moment and make sure that you have everything lined up, but I promise you can get that pegged in. There we go. And then you can do the other one. Sometimes it does feel like you're never going to get it to fit, but I promise it does. So there you go. And then all that's left is to drop these in like this. And then these will drop straight down, and you'll see that there are little pegs on the side of the forearms, and they'll kind of nestle in these little notches. So as this drops in, it'll fit right into that little notch. Drop it down, fit into the notch. Make sure everything's pegged together. And then there you go. That is your little police car. Very futuristic looking. Definitely not the normal kind of cockpit you're used to that would hold a, well, cockpit, driver area, whatever you'd like to call it on a car. You can go ahead and take the light bar and peg that on top there. And that does have a peg on top so that you can peg the gun in. And then there's still a peg on that, so if you want to peg something on top of that, like this, you can get crazy guns going. So just to take a look at the vehicle mode without all the guns and everything, I think it looks really neat. Rolls fairly well. Not a ton of robot kibble underneath, really just the head. The head's very apparent, but not a big deal. For some reason, it's not holding together very well right now. I swear when I transformed it before, it was holding together better. So I probably just didn't push something in all the way or something like that. But it holds together pretty well, and I do like the look of the car mode. It's very stylized, very futuristic, very much like Sideswipe's vehicle mode, but I like it quite a bit. Has just a touch of an alien quality to it, which I think is really cool. So yeah, I like this vehicle mode quite a bit. I think Prowl is great. I mean, I am a little biased. Prowl is one of my favorite characters. I've always liked the police car aesthetic, and I just always thought that that original toy was really neat, and I love the character on the show. So yeah, I'm a fan of Prowl, so that might make me a little biased, but I still think this is a really cool toy. I will admit that the legs are a little wonky, but I think once you get used to them, they're perfectly good, and you can get some good poses out of the guy. I recommend picking them up. I know a lot of people are waiting for the inevitable blue streak and smoke screen repaint, and it is very possible that we will get those, and I probably will buy all three. I know we've already seen a Barricade repaint, obviously being kind of a Decepticon. I know in the movies he's a Decepticon police car. I don't think this Barricade will be a police car. He's just going to have kind of a black and purple color scheme and be the same mold, but I think that looks pretty good as well. So I think the mold's a lot of fun. I think Prowl's great, and I'll probably buy it as whatever repaint that they want to make out of it. So I could end up with 4 of these things by the time we're done. I guess we'll see how that goes. But in any case, I definitely think it's neat. I think it's worth checking out. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And as always, thanks so much for watching.